Okay, clue 1. To start this year's treasure hunt, a visit to some shipping containers nowhere near a port.
It's the coldest day of the year.
It's been very difficult during the pandemic, but we've made every opportunity to, first of all, clean up, decorate, sort out, and really make the Arts Centre sparkle by the time people came back.
30 years?
Yeah, it's our 30th birthday in November, and we're planning some really, really fun events, and we're just really excited about it.
Thank you very much indeed. There we go. That's Rachel from the Wicked Swan, CEO, Head of Marketing. And that takes us to clue 4 this afternoon, which is this clue takes you to a location celebrating its 125th anniversary. I should put my headphones back. So we've got two things here. We've got an hour to go and we're only on clue 4. That's fine. This clue takes you to a location celebrating its 125th anniversary. Sally, Luke, any ideas?
Going to Sally's house.
Thanks.
Nice.
I think you're going down the high street. The only building I can think is the one that they've just redone up. But that's the only thing I can think of that's 125 years old.
Wasn't that a Tudor building, though, that one?
I think it is.
It's going to be more than that.
That's going to be more, isn't it?
Okay. Listeners, we need some help here.
It's closer than this was to Desperate
So it's closer than there. Good. This clue takes you to a location celebrating its 125th anniversary. Okay, can we do some Googling on this?
Yeah.
Some help? I think we should just start walking. Let's start walking.
Yes.
You want what?
Is it Wincy?
You're Wincy Willis.
Wincy Willis.
You're Wincy Willis. All right.
If you remember the show, you'll remember her.
I remember Alaka Rice.
All right.
She used to help the people that were trying to find all the clues.
Some help required, perhaps.
125th
Wycombe Sound. We'll come back to you and see where you are in a couple of minutes' time. But
okay.
Good luck.
Sounds good.
It is exactly 2 o'clock on the Rob Lesperance birthday show. We think we've perhaps sussed out some of this clue. So the latest clue, that's a location celebrating its 125th anniversary this year. Rob, have you had any luck with this? Because we think we've solved this one.
No, we haven't actually cracked this. Although we have walked from the Wycombe Swan up to the Magic Roundabouts outside the hospital. So let me tell you where we are. Look, we're right by the High Wycombe Social Club, but not because of any reason, just because we walk this way. So if any of you or the listeners can help, that would be amazing.
I'll give you a slight clue.
Yeah.
Princess Anne went there, and
Right.
Glenn Miller.
Oh, is it Wycombe Abbey School?
There
Is
you
it
go.
Wycombe Abbey School? Okay,
they are
that's
celebrating their 125th year this year.
fine. How do we get across this road without stopping the entire traffic? Okay, well, we need to work on our way of getting across here. So I'll tell you what, we'll walk towards Wycombe Abbey School and then we'll come back to you when we get there and tell you how we're doing.
Good luck. Remember to follow the green cross code and all the rest of it.
Thank you. Look left, look right.
Absolutely. Right, well, so let's let them cross, hopefully safely. Coasts on Wycombe Sound. That is Let Me Love You. 2:10, 50 minutes to go.
Are they going to make it? Are they going to get the other one?
We've got 5 more to do.
more.
But perhaps the most shocking revelation of all, Wycombe Abbey let them in.
Well, that's true. I mean, you know,
there's
let any old riff-raff in.
turn up for the books there, but we can go back to Wycombe Abbey and join Rob once again.
Yes, thank you very much, Luke. Yes, we are here. We have been let in. Whether they let us out again is another matter. And we've been. This is great. I haven't been in a headmaster's or a headmistress's office since Bishop Luffer School in 1987 in Chichester. I was a little bit nervous. Jo Duncan is the headmistress here and is with me at the moment. Jo, hello.
Hello, it's nice to be here with you.
Thank you very much for letting us in. It's I was saying to you just before we went on air. I think the last time I came to Wycombe Abbey School was a performance at the Lancaster Arts Centre, probably about 20 years ago. This is quite an incredible building. It's how many students do you have here?
We have 660 girls, many all full boarders. We have a small number of day girls who live very locally to the school.
And what age group is that?
11 to 18.
11 to 18. So let's talk about you a little bit. So how long... So you were saying that you're also a resident here as well, so you're almost boarding too. How long have you been here at the school?
Yes, I live on site and I started here in September 2019, so just pre-pandemic. I had a term of normality and then we went into lockdown and all of the things that came with that.
So presumably, like many schools, you were doing like remote teaching and all of those sort of things. That must have been a real change, I mean, particularly for a boarding establishment.
Absolutely, yes. We flipped online and staff were great about upskilling and making that happen. So we put the whole timetable online. But of course we have girls all over the world, so we had to contend with time differences along with everything else.
The Lancaster Arts Centre is still here, I'm guessing.
It is. It's named for Miss Lancaster, who was a previous headmistress. And we were in there last night indeed. We had a fantastic music concert.
How many headmistresses have there been including yourself?
11.
11. And this is, let me get this right, this is also 125 years of the school?
Yeah, that's right. This is our 125th anniversary. So the school was set up in 1896 by Dame Frances Dove.
How much is known about what the school was like in the very early days? And I'm obviously, it has changed considerably, but I'm guessing it was an entirely different, teaching would have been very different back then, and it would have been a very different feel to the place.
Yes, it started with about 40 girls and has grown from that. But Miss Dove was a pioneer and was absolutely at the forefront of girls' education in the late 19th century. So we're very proud of our history and of Miss Dove.
And I presume this is, you would have a waiting list as long as you're on to get into here. I would imagine this is a very sought after school to come to.
Yeah, it is competitive entry and we do have a waiting list, but we're very keen that the right girls come to Wycombe Abbey. And in addition to, us going through that selection process, we also have the bursary programme and we're very keen to make sure that families who want a Wycombe Abbey education can access it.
So from an academic perspective, what sort of specialisms do you cover here? Is it the normal basic stuff, or do you do other things on top of the core educational pieces?
And we do GCSEs and A-levels, as most schools in the country do. A very wide range of options in terms of subjects. So particularly in things like languages, girls can study Greek and Latin, for example. Art history is on offer. And of course the other subjects, as you would expect, English, maths, sciences and humanities. No particular specialism. We like to think that we offer a very broad and balanced education where there's real expertise in the teaching staff in all areas. And of course that's supported by the co-curricular.
It's a fascinating thing. Have we got any famous celebrities or anyone who's gone on to be famous in the public eye that have come from this school? Do you know?
Well, we're very proud of our seniors network, and we certainly have a huge number of women who've done very impressive things. As to those who are celebrities, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but we are having a seniors panel discussion coming up later this month where we have some who've had really interesting careers coming back to talk to the girls.
I tell you, so about 5 years ago, I went to an old school reunion from actually, funnily enough, the school I was talking about, Bishop Luffer. It was the weirdest night of my life. I'm not sure I'd ever do it again, but it was really good to catch up with some of those things. And of course, in this day and age, it's so much easier with all the social media networks and stuff. But for me, from a school back in the 80s, it was a bit of a surprise to meet up with some of these people. Joe, listen, it's really great talking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting. Can I just say, by the way, this is so lovely and warm in here. This is the nicest headmistress's office I think I've ever seen. It's absolutely delightful in here. We have another clue here. Maybe you could kind of... I don't know what these are. I have no idea. But maybe, thank you, maybe you could help us with the next clue, and then we can ask our listeners to help us. So clue 5 says...
Need some help? Time to head in an eastern direction because life can be difficult sometimes for everyone.
Okay, need some help. Time to head in an eastern direction. Which direction's east from here? It's got to be that way, isn't it? Isn't it?
Oh, sorry,
that way.
This is the wrong way. Yes, the sunrise is just over there.
That's right. Okay, so head in an eastern direction, and because life can be difficult sometimes for everybody. Any ideas what that might be?
Something down Eastern Street?
No. Great, thank you. They've got it in the studio. Let's see if we can hang on a second. Sally, Luke, what do you think it is?
I said go down Eastern Street. Something down Eastern Street.
Something down Eastern Street.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want
That's
to
a
put
good
pressure
direction.
on you, Rob, but...
Yeah.
45 minutes remaining.
Yeah, don't worry about the 45 minutes. We can carry on into your show, Luke. It's absolutely fine. Listen, Joe, thank you very much indeed. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and all the best for the future.
Thank you very much. Pleasure talking to you too.
Excellent. Well, let's try and work this one out then. So, they're heading in the eastern direction. Life can be difficult for anyone, needs some help sometimes. If you think you can help us with that one, at Wycombe Sound on Facebook or Twitter, please.
One Can Trust?
Are they based on his... They're down towards Eastern Street, aren't they?
Yeah, One Can Trust.
Perhaps it's there. Hello, Rob.
Yeah, hello. So we've escaped the headmistress's office
Without punishment.
Yeah.
Well, only detention. So that was
Okay,
good.
that's all right then. Do you know where you're going?
No. Well, Easton Street we're in at the moment, so we've literally walked from Wycombe Abbey up past the town hall and then turned right into Easton Street.
We think you need to look for the One Can Trust.
One Can Trust. That might be.
They help
Should we-
people. They're up that way somewhere.
Okay. Well, that's not a bad shout, certainly. Let's head towards that. Luke's saying we might need. So the clue was need some help. Time to head in an eastern direction because life can be difficult sometimes for everyone. Now, I don't know a huge amount about the One Can Trust. I know they're involved in a lot of collections. We've supported them. They're at Wycombe Wanderers a lot. So if it is the One Can Trust, this should be very interesting, I think. And I should apologise. I'm very much out of breath.
You're doing pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm on an army route march around High Wycombe this afternoon.
you're definitely going to get your steps in today.
I think we will. Are we going in the right direction now?
Look around at what's around you.
That's such a politician-like answer, isn't
That
it?
isn't it? Look around. Have a nose.
Have a look. Okay. Can't say. Oh, we've got Mind High Wycombe, as in the mental health charity.
Have you got... Are you coming up towards... I think we thought it was on Duke Street.
This one here.
We are here.
Oh, we are actually here.
You've stumbled on it.
We've absolutely stumbled on it. Okay, so we are outside Mind High Wycombe, but I'm guessing it's also
right.
the headquarters of the One Can Trust,
Yes.
correct?
No, the correct answer is Wycombe Mine.
Oh,
Wycombe Mine.
we were just
Okay.
wrong.
We were wrong. Sorry.
Okay, so we're not going to the One Can Trust. Okay, that's fine. So do we go in?
So, they can't be here today because they're at a charity football match. Not
doing that.
No, you're not doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you read the clue, and then we're going to hear from them. And so you can read the clue first, and then we'll hear from Wycombe Mine. This is clue 6.
So this is a fill the blanks in. So Wycombe S and art something equals something something. Right, so
that
Wycombe
again.
S blank. Right, so Wycombe S blank plus art blank equals blank blank. So I'll do that one more time. Wycombe S blank plus art blank equals blank blank. Now I have no idea what that is. Wycombe S blank plus art blank equals blank blank. Let's have a listen to the folks from Wycombe Mind, which is all for better mental health here in Easton Street, and then we'll come back to this clue in just a couple of minutes' time.
I am joined by CEO of Wycombe Mine, Julia Wassell. Hello, Julia. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Good to hear from you.
Thank you very much for being part of the treasure hunt. So we are currently outside your building at the minute. You are, though, today at a charity football match, you know, doing lots of good stuff for Wycombe Mind. So for people that don't know about it, tell us all about the charity.
Yes, well, we've got day services that's 7 days a week here. We pride ourselves on being open every day of the week. We have all sorts of activities. We've got women's group, we've got men's group, a new one, Rocksteady group it's called. We have a hoarding and decluttering service for people who've let things get a bit on top of them. We're very sympathetic to that. That can happen. We love table tennis, pool, and doing all sorts of activities like a walking group. So we're busy 7 days a week, and there's more demand on our services than ever before.
Yeah, I think lockdown and COVID all had a massive effect on everybody, and our clue for Wycombe Mine pointed to the fact that, you know, everybody at some point will, you know, needs help, you know, with mental health, because it affects everybody.
Yes, it's can affect anyone at all, and as you say, with the pandemic, people have been anxious, insecure, and experienced feelings they've not had before, or people already who have a mental health problem, it's made them feel slightly worse, really.
And how long have you been at the location in Easton Street? 'Cause I think is it fairly new?
We've been here since 2011, and then before that we were in Priory Avenue. So we like to renovate a building ourselves, so we're very proud of our premises. It doesn't look much from the outside, that's for sure, but inside it's extremely well kitted out.
And for people that want to get in contact with Wycombe Mind, how can people go about doing that?
Yes, good. Just ring us on 01494 448 279. So just to repeat that, 01494 448 279. That is our hotline, and we'd be delighted to speak to you, either because you're a carer for somebody or you're experiencing difficulties yourself.
And have you got anything coming up over the next couple of months that you can tell us about?
Yes, we've got quite a few events coming up. We've got a pool tournament, a table tennis tournament. We're going to be having a stall in the High Street in Wycombe promoting mental health. Yes, come and join in. People want to do a sponsored event, we can support them and, provide them with Mind-branded logos and everything. If they want to do a sponsored event in aid of Wycombe Mind. And volunteers are always welcome, as with any charity.
That's Julia talking to Luke Julia from Wycombe Mind talking to Luke. We're still stuck on this next clue.
Yes.
Can I just say how good it was to hear from Julia just then? I think, Mind and other charities that support mental health is an incredibly important thing. So it was a shame we couldn't speak to them directly, but Luke, that was a really, really good interview. Thank you for doing that. And I think it was a shame we didn't get to go in and talk to them.
Yeah, they're a charity football match today, so but they send all their wishes and happy birthday to you as well.
Oh, that's very nice. Now, clue 6, Luke, as you just mentioned, is Wycombe S plus art blank equals something something. I reckon that's Wycombe Sound.
Do you
and
think
Luke,
it's Jackie Palmer's?
No. So Wycombe S, we've deduced its sound. I've got the green light on the word sound. So
Okay, I thought that was like a trick,
Yeah.
that it would be sound.
So it's Wycombe Sound.
Well, I thought Swan originally, but it's not. It's Wycombe Sound plus art something. Now, the something, I have a slight clue that Amy, who's filming us today, thank you so much, Amy, has said it's somewhere we've been already today inadvertently.
So it's back to the Arts Centre.
Is it the Art Centre?
What did you see at the Art Centre?
We saw the
Pizza.
art exhibition.
What's another word for art exhibition?
What's another word for art exhibition? Gallery? Art gallery.
Art exhibition.
Sound gallery. The Sound Gallery. We're going to the Sound Gallery.
Yes.
If this ends up in Woody's tattoo studio, by the way, I'm not going to be entirely happy with this. Okay, so the Sound Gallery, that's really cool. That's where they do all the car radios and stuff, don't they?
Well, high-end hi-fi.
High-end hi-fi.
Yeah.
Just a quick word to Mrs. L. I might come back a few pounds later, and I'm not talking about weight. Mind you, to be fair, the amount of walking they're making me do...
In more ways than one, maybe.
Yeah, it could well be, yes.
You can pop it in before you carry on anywhere else.
Okay, if you say so, Sally.
Right, up the hill, Rob.
Oh, we're going to
Hopefully go up a hill.
Carry on.
Oh my God! Do you realise I'm not as young as I used to be? Hello, we've got to go. We're going across the road. Which is.
Hang on.
Right. Okay. Good. We're here. It's fine. Okay, we're going to walk up the hill. I'm definitely going to be out of breath.
We look forward to hearing that.
We'll speak to you in a few minutes' time.
So let's send them on their way as they go up a hill. I don't envy that one, I have to say. He's going to sound pretty out of breath after that.
He is going to sleep well tonight.
He certainly is. He's certainly going to, all kind of, birthday cake, all the rest of it. I'm going to go really boring here and talk about calories. He's going to burn most of those off, I should think, just today.
Think he is, yes.
But let's give him a couple of minutes to go up that hill towards the Sound Gallery. What might happen now is that, because normally I get told, we're ready now, but I'm going to spring a surprise on them. What we might just hear is an out-of-breath Rob going up a hill. Let's see what happens.
No, it's all right. I'm here. It's fine. Listen, we're at Castle Street. We're in High Wycombe. We're outside the Sound Gallery. We should be talking to Ronnie shortly, although there is... we're just looking in the windows, actually, here. There is so much really cool high-end tech. Can I just tell you, when I was When I was a teenager, for my 17th birthday, I got myself I put some money towards it. I got a high-end Technics hi-fi, and it was the most incredible sounding thing back then. Looking through the window here, I'm getting kind of like flashbacks and jealousy for what happened back then. So hopefully we can talk to Ronnie. But as I say, we're outside the Sound Gallery in Castle Street. Talk to him in a bit. There is some incredible stuff from some great brands, actually. Bowers & Wilkins. We've got Technics still in here as well, and a few others as well. So hopefully we can talk to him in a second. If not, then we'll come back and talk to him a little bit later. But more to come on that.
Excellent. Shall I give you a fun French teacher fact here? You're talking about window, sort of looking in the shop window. In French, window shopping, when you're sort of looking without buying, has a slightly different name. It's called la lèche vitrine, which means that you're window licking.
Oh, latrine, of course, is an entirely different word in any way. So what is it? Sorry, le what latrine?
La lèche vitrine.
La lèche vitrine. Look at that.
So you're window licking.
Every day. Do you know what, though, Luke? In all seriousness, I'm still getting over the fact I was in the headmistress's office. She's a lovely lady, Jo, right? But I'd say, if you're a student at that school, she's a headmistress. She's lovely, but I haven't been in the headmaster's or headmistress's office for a long time.
No, I work.
Felt like I was on the naughty step.
I work in a school, and even when I'm kind of going in towards the head teacher's office, which I've only been about 3 or 4 times, I kind of have this sense of I'm going somewhere kind of where you've got to be on your best behaviour.
It's always the way, isn't it?
It's like. I'm going to go back to the 1980s, and there used to be a chalk spot on the wall, which is what you had to put your finger on before you got the slipper. It was all very different back then. But it's what happened.
There is a dessert place opposite as well.
Oh, is it a cake shop? You're going to tell me I can't stay here?
No, you can't.
You can't stay here, you see, it's just a thing. I just showed my terrible music knowledge from the 90s.
It's still cold.
You're having a laugh here. 4 minutes. Right, we're going to have to speed this up. I am not going to be in a fit state to talk to you when we get back. I'm going. We've got to do this quickly. See you in about...